What is up, everyone? Today we're gonna find out if we can get a tight metal tone with Logic Pro X plugins only. So I challenged myself to try everything possible to get a somewhat decent metal guitar tone with only the Logic Pro plugins. I never gave it a try because I always thought that the Logic cabs and amps are completely useless. And in fact, they are. It's just that one amp and one or two cabs. If you know how to use those, it's gonna happen. I also found an overdrive and an EQ pedal to boost the signal before the amp. But more on that later on when we're at the computer tweaking our sound. Without further ado, let's hear what the Logic Pro plugins can do. The guitar I'm using in this video is my Markline 049. Review on that is on my channel. Okay, so now we're in Logic Pro X. Let's take a closer look to what I did there with the tone. We're going to listen to the two guitar tracks soloed. Okay, so I think now the best way to show you how I created this tone is to recreate it. I'm going to work on this track here. I just reset the channel strip so there's no effects whatsoever and the signal sounds like this. So it's the completely raw signal. Now let's build up this tone. Of course, we're starting with an amp designer, and there we go. So I thought that the brown head combined with the modern British 4x12 cabinet and a dynamic 57 microphone is my favorite sound. So let me turn off the reverb and listen to what this sounds like already. Okay, still a bit dry, but we didn't do anything yet. I figured that the best EQ is the vintage EQ, set to noon or 5, if you will. The gain knob, I think it has a sweet spot between 7 and 9, depends on your guitar. I also took down the presence to about noon to make it less spanky, and I cranked the master up to 10. Now let's listen again. Now this sounds pretty okay, I guess. We're heading in the right direction, but there's some punch missing, and for that we're going to choose our pedal board, and don't forget to put it in front of the amp. I tried all of these grinders, high drive and happy face fuzz and whatever, all useless except for this one, the double dragon. Let's listen to this. Yeah, okay. Let's do what everyone does with the modern metal overdrives. Turn off the drive, crank the level. I took down the tone a bit. I thought that the squash and contour knobs are not really helpful for metal guitar, so I turned that all the way down. Also taking down the mix between 60 and 70%. And I thought that lowering the input gives a more crisp and defined signal. I set mine to about -10 dB. Now let's listen again to this. Now it's getting more chuggy and tight. And I thought to get an even more tight sound, it's nice to use the graphic EQ. So let's push the signal and listen to what it sounds like. Now, as you can hear, it's getting a bit muddy in the low end, and for that we're going to make a nice curve here. You can really hear how the graphic EQ tightens this up. Yeah, so basically this is your sound, but as you can hear, there's a lot of noise going on during this staccato riff here. What is missing? Of course, the noise gate. So Logic has its own noise gate, and it's here under dynamics and here noise gate. So the stock setting is already pretty much okay. You just need to adjust the threshold to your guitar. If you have a low output guitar, you need to set this lower. Otherwise, you can even make it a faster attack. Basically, this should be okay. Now you can adjust the threshold to the desired aggressiveness. And there we are already. This is your Logic Pro guitar tone. Last but not least, what I did for the mix version is use an EQ at the end and cut away the frequencies that were kind of annoying down here. But again, this is another chapter. This is about mixing and not about guitar tone. So yeah, this is my best try at this. Of course, sound is very subjective, so this is my favorite attempt. If you have any ideas, feel free to comment below. So that's it for the Logic tones. I never ever thought to get a sound anywhere close to this. Of course, the sound is not perfect, but remember, it's only the plugins that come stock with the DAW. Let's say you're on the road, you just have your guitar, laptop and an interface. You can still write and record on the go with this. And that's it already for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please like and share the video if you're enjoying the tones. As I said already, if you have any suggestions, make sure to comment down below. Take care, and I'll see you next time.